Hello there and welcome back to the Directorate of Bax Prime, where we're purging everyone. I'm NeroBax and today we're going to continue where we left off. Basically we're currently surveying a huge amount of land, or star systems in this case, to build on in the future. So with that said, I'm just going to go right back to it. We do have some anomalies coming up, most likely, unless it's something that I know we haven't actually had before, or something from this thing. Orbital stations, or the precursors, the procurement. We have a remove implants thing, and that's basically just we're going to get a lot of society tech from removing the broken implants, and let's face it, they want real life with there. So it's just a fixing of watching people, if you will. So right now, let's just check our context screen here. I need to check how many. There's 4 primitive civilization up and running somewhere. So let's just check them to make sure we actually have them under control. We are watching these dudes, clearly. Are we watching these dudes too? We are. We actually have a science ship here who's removing the malfunctioning implants. Are we watching these dudes? No, because they were on the border fringes of our space. The last dudes were in another empire. How about we do not go after them just yet? The other dudes we might, but those guys, no. I have no idea why these guys turn red every now and again, but do that and it's fixed. So as you can see here, once we do remove those implants, you get 250 society research. It happens every time. So nothing that's really new, if you will, there. But with that said, I believe I grabbed this from the south part. I do need to research the area. Let's just do Fedima first, because I did want to build a... frontier station there, just to figure out where things were. Intriguing, we have found a derelict ship around Abyssal. We have sent someone to investigate what happened to the crew. Okay, that's actually a bad event if I remember correctly. Or it has the potential of being a bad event, so I'll show it to you. But I'm going to take my precautions if it is what I think it is. It's an event that is scary, but you can usually avoid.
Project complete.
The ship in orbit around Amankia was not abandoned. The crew is alive, but not well, influenced by some sort of brain parasite. With the help of scientists, they could easily be cured. I can help them or let them perish. Let's try and help them and see what happens. Kemplar Combine. So they were from another empire. And they held... The microphones held up over there. Okay. What did we find here? Crystalline entities? Get the hell out of there then, please, sir. So it's basically all the people. Did we get a opinion boost for helping them? Saved crew. A small opinion boost. They don't like our purge policy though, or repugnant, but they like our materialist views. Now, with that said, we're going to continue where we went. If I didn't explain properly, the way science works is that up until 10 pops, your science doesn't cost anything extra. But seeing as I have, let's see here, seeing as I have a nice little thing here that's known as 26 pops, these 10 pops don't actually cost anything extra for science. But these guys will, for every second pop I think it is, cost me 2% extra to science costs. So having a large empire will really slow down your science, which is why I kind of want to find small planets. Continental planets are not good for small planets though, and I need to find them in good positions. Clear the tile block here, good. Habitation, capacity. Could get the amoeba flagella, which seems to actually be a decent thing to use. 50% arm penetration and 100% shield penetration. Seems to be a good thing, but a huge one. Let's just get naval capacity since we have the option. And as I said, with the science, you kind of, especially in the early game, you don't really want to just expand wildly, because science is what will put you apart from others. You can have a huge fleet for sure, but the problem is if you have a huge fleet and lose it, it's going to cost you an immense amount of resources to rebuild it, while a smaller, more powerful fleet will still cost you an immense amount of resources to build it, but you'll usually be able to build it quicker. That is at least my reasoning. And let's face it, in every single game that I play, I do have a tendency of focusing on science rather than anything else. It's just how I like to play games. So that is, again, my playstyle, and not really much I can do about that. But with that said, we will research for demo. I'll take the construction ship that's closest, and as soon as we can, we're going to build a... We could build a military station, but we don't want to build that. We're going to move here. We found some more pets, by the way, and we're going to build a frontier outpost. It's not the best location, but considering it's a bit closer to my territories than Ushkaron, it should, in theory, bridge the gap, which will give me a lot more to use from. Finding more hostile fleets? I just sent my ships back home. That's the funny part. I'll tend to split in two though, but we do need to deal with these. Let's just clear out the ancient mining drones. They're not a threat, and we don't want their debris anyway, so we can just flat out destroy them. Oh wait, there's a continental world here. It's a huge continental world though. It's an interesting continental world too. I'm honestly tempted to build a... Just skip that. We're going to build a colony there. And again, it's kind of hard to just keep on building colonies, and it's probably not the best thing I can do, but we're going to do that. Apparently I have 2 strains of the backs. Okay, so I have someone who actually changed ethics here, as you can see. One of them is not a fanatic materialist anymore, which is bad. We kind of want them to be. So let's take the fanatic materialist and make from them. Then we're going to upgrade the spaceport. And the construction ship that was here, you don't need to do that. You need to build a wormhole station instead. And it will take a bit longer, but it will do the exact same thing as what I was planning to do anyways. So it should be perfectly fine to do it this way. Now, since we're going to guaranteed build something here that's going to require some work, I'm going to build we'll send a service ship here to help out too. And we're going to send these guys off to the space amoebas as soon as we're done with crystalline entities.
System survey complete.
Or we're going to actually leave the crystalline entities because I need to research their debris. We found another warp impact event, which gives us some physics techs, which is nice. And as I said, once we're done with those, which we are, we're going to send them right here to deal with those space amoebas, which will allow us to You're going to build a wormhole station. Ugh. Survey that, finish that, and then you can survey some other things. There we go. My bad. And the space amoebas are... Marco Polo, where are you? You're in Ashira, okay. As it turns out, we've actually surveyed most of the things already. Have I really not surveyed? Oh, come on. I'm a bloody idiot. But yeah, I'm going to set up a colony here. We're going to survey the area completely. And once we've done that, we'll see how things go from there. Did I not set you guys to aggressive? Nope, clearly not. It's because we joined up with the second fleet. It's kind of annoying though. You should just have the fleets just default to the biggest one in terms of everything. It would be helpful. More Stone Age primitives. This is actually annoying me. There's even a continental world here, but what? We found an anomaly with a failure risk of 27 on a skilled 5. That's interesting. That's interesting to say at least. But yeah, we're going to build a colony here, no matter what. It might be a little bit close to my main planets, but even so, it should work out just fine. We're still using quite a bit of time to research some of these things, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not something we can't deal with. Colony ship, the opportunity. You are going to be sent. Okay, so they actually have 2 continental worlds here. This one is actually better suited, I think. So let's colonize this one. It's also bigger, which could be both good and bad. So, teaching of explorers. The Noble's crew is reporting that they found something spectacular on Fedema 9. On surface lies traces of an explorative expedition of another civilization, left behind are some well-preserved documents and artifacts. The proposed action by Chief Science Officer Julia Alonso, this has got a 27% chance of failure, by the way, which is pretty damn high. This is assigned to a homeworld for translation, and let's just do that, because let's face it, we don't need to do anything there, and we could be able... to... What? 7 months? Okay, that's interesting. Union... Okay, they declared war. So at least there are unidentified things out there. Did I just build 2 upgrades here? Yeah, it's a 0.25 maintenance though, so it's not that tragic. That's interesting though.
System survey complete.
That's actually interesting. A better place to build it though. It's a little bit further out. This will be perfect. But I think I'll just build it here. I can just move the frontier stations later on. It's not a big issue as of right now.
Evading hostile fleet.
Oh, some more space amoebas. We'll send them to deal with them. Get them out of the way. In the meanwhile, the science ship that ran off, the Marco Polo. Sending you to Anur to research that and also to survey the system.
Anomaly found.
But yeah, another 15
System survey complete.
So did we just find a technically really unstable world? Because it kind of sounded like it. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I should have you guys though embarked and joined up somewhere. That's kind of interesting. We'll have to see what actually comes out of that with the anomaly. We might actually just have found the last piece of puzzle, by the way, for the precursor thing. We'll have to see.
Special project complete.
Okay, so after many weeks of study, I expect linguists have unearthed the meaning behind the documents found on Fedema 9. The documents were philosophical poems by a famous scholar, only referred to as Talissa the Teller of Tales. Her teaching had provided us with much insight into how to better gain political results by applying different states of mind and use larger scale questions as a focus for reform. Okay, so it gives us access to an edict. Okay, I did that perhaps too quickly. Nope, it's not there. So there's a planetary edict, which is even more annoying. Spirit of... Do I need to wait until the month passes? Probably. I made a mistake, Paradox. Please don't kill me. Research stations and... Let's see. We also want to, of course, build mining stations on anything that could bring in bounty. Now, with that, the guys are dead. We're going to send this fleet... Can I just send you to return? There we go. We're also going to... I think... Can I start building a spaceport? No, I need to wait until it's a full-fledged colony. Wow. The very geological structure of Pagol 6 is indeed in flux. Driven by Science Officer Julia Alonso assures this is a tectonic process as fascinating as it is esoteric. What is of most interest to Directorate is that we may be able to strategically halt the planet's ceaseless, chaotic self-transformation, in short, an instant stabilization of the planet into something slightly, if not entirely more habitable, is theoretically possible. An additional 200 energy credits. You know what, I'll take the science. Thank you very much. The physics science is far more valuable than anything else you could possibly offer me. So even just the startings of the thing here is enough to drag our borders closer, which is good. The influence it exerts is good. If I build one in Abyssal, one here, and one here, it might actually be enough to give me control over the entire area. I am definitely tempted to do that. Let's see. Fedema has connected to my main empire, which is good.
System survey complete.
Sidious. Okay, so we have some special projects that we can do if we want to. And also this planet apparently, as you can see, we connected ourselves there. Found an anomaly, just research it.
Debris analyzed.
So we're connecting a lot of our land right now. And that is really, really good. Build a research station. I did not survey that, okay. So again, we have a lot to survey, and I'll just go ahead and do that right now, rather than just sitting here saying that I'm going to, and get it out of the way. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I completely forgot to actually tell you when I started this, because I didn't actually realize it was a Irasian project about the precursors. We found the Irasian cruiser orbiting Pagol 7 contains the dead remains of its full crew complement. Most of them perished as a result of Avorian pox that were later rendered the Irasian extinct, but some of the crew were gunned down by marine guards while trying to reach the escape pods. According to recovered log files, the captain issued strict orders to quarantine ship after the outbreak became apparent. So apparently they realized they were deceased and decided that, as true, they would not leave the ship and spread the disease. We've unlocked impulse thrusters. Next thing is... after the intense study of our recovered Irasian artifacts, scientists on Bacchus Prime have managed to deduce the exact galactic coordinates of Iras, the home system of the ancient Irasian civilization. We should launch an expedition to this system before someone else beats us to it. Contact the nearest science ship. We're definitely going to do that, but first and foremost we're going to choose a new research. We could go robots, we could go space torpedoes, or anything else really, but let's just get robots. It's the cheapest tech out of all those. So I've also started to build the next level, the cruisers. As you can see here, this is how it looks. It's pretty decent, but the thing is we need to upgrade this pretty soon, because first and foremost we got new engines, and soon we'll get a new power thing. But as you can see also with the new planet here, we have a lot of things to actually explore, and we do have some project in orbit, as you can see. So we have a lot of things to actually do. And it's going to take a time to just go through everything here and get it done. But we have complete control over everything. I'm a little bit unsure what I want to do here. If I want to just move the... I'm tempted to move the frontier outpost here, which will give us control over everything here. But we'll have to... Again, I want to survey the area. I want the full information before I do anything rash. But yeah. It's kind of a weird one to decide what I'm going to do from here on out. But we did find the home planet of the Irasians, Iras. Track on map. It's actually a system that popped up close to us. Interesting. Now, do I have a science ship nearby that doesn't do much? Yeah, I can just take this one, survey that system, and then you can go back and survey this system, and also you can then take the debris. So we're sending a science ship now to the capital of the Irasians, and we'll see what we figured out. We also have some, as you can see, some anomalies to deal with, and we'll do that soon enough. Construction ship is done. I need that other piece of thing. Research stations, please. Research station, please. Research station, please. Survey, please. Survey, please. So yeah, we have a lot of things to still survey and check before we can be fully done here. Start focusing on the northern parts too. It's kind of a weird scenario, really. Construction of spaceport has finished on Bacchus Prime, or the construction in Q, which is a destroyer. Have we got anything interesting here? The gas refinery is definitely something I want. Let's just build that. And then we can start adding more cruisers and destroyers and corvettes and everything after that. Found anomaly, leave B for now. It's above your skill level, Marco Polo. So that's fine. Let's see, what did we find in Iras? Nothing?
Anomaly found.
Something seems to be scanning us back. Research that, please. We haven't actually found anything in Iras. This is very disappointing.
Anomaly found.
Oh! We found their home planet. I'm calling it. Yeah, it should be their home planet. It's Irasia after all. Irasia 1. Let us see. Let us see. We didn't find whatever was scanning us back. That's disappointing.
System survey complete.
Klosterman is done with its survey here. Again, it's just so much to survey. I wish there was an auto survey button, which it would just survey everything that I haven't surveyed. It would be such a Oh, it said interlevel medium, but still. Again, it would just be such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Modders out there, if you actually make something like that, I will love you forever. There we go. Now, let's get back to the thing that is currently investigating Eurasia and see what we figured out about the precursors. The Eurasian homeworld, former Eurasian continent, somewhat relatively recently, within the last 10,000 years, gone through the trouble of systematically bombarding every square meter of the surface from orbit, possibly a misguided attempt to keep the Geovorian pox from resurfacing. Despite this, the surface is still covered in the fossilized remains of the billions of Eurasians who succumbed to the plague in the final years of the Air Empire. By the time it spread to their homeworld, most of the worlds in the Eurasian Concordat had already fallen, and their alien vassals were in open revolt. Judging by ancient satellite logs recovered from orbit, the mood among the population in the Eurasian homeworld was largely resigned by this point. The widespread panic that accompanied the first outbreaks of the pox on the colonies was largely absent, as most had come to accepting the fact that the end was drawing near. So, I found out what happened to them. The pox did actually kill them all. Physical research gain is 500, which is decent, and we got a bunch of minerals too. Research complete. Robots. Robotic army, actually. Do okay. I'm tempted. Let's just get the next level of armor. It's an easy one. And in the meantime, we're also going to spaceport build planet. Spaceport build 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer, and 4 of these. There we go. That should add to our fleet pretty handily. I know I've started construction here and here. What else is there to construct? We might as well just start over there in the meantime. And also in the north there, before I forget it. There we go. We have actually researched that. We haven't surveyed that. There's so much more to survey just within my land right now. But the problem is here, if I'm to attack someone, it'll probably be the ones up in the north east here. But honestly, I don't know what happened to this galaxy. It's just so empty.
Construction complete. Research complete.
I'll have to deal with that later. Research complete. 0-point reactors are done. We could get the observatory now, although it won't really help me at all. Hyperlane mapping could be neat to have. It will basically map the different hyperlanes, so I guess we'll get that.
Anomaly found.
Find another anomaly. I need to just, once we're done with all this, take in a science ship and just go over all the anomalies. But now I'm just going to keep on mapping things, and I'll be back in a little bit. I believe all the text we set up last time has been completed, among them the armor, some rudimentary, well, this one has actually been going on for a while, so I shouldn't say anything, and also currently we're working on stuff about logic, for another research alternative. But we found a small Eurasian military listening post that's built into a hollowed out portion of this asteroid's interior. It's equipped with an array of powerful sensors that seem to be aimed towards neighboring systems. None of them are functional, and the asteroid appears to have been gone over and looted at least once by another party.
Situation log
It is a
updated.
special mission, however, and we're actually starting to get quite a bit of them. Scientists are skill 5 or higher, so yeah, we do have something that we need to get done, and we need to get it done sometime soon. But currently, I'm still not done with all the systems within my borders. I believe I might actually be. Yeah, looks like I am. Looks like I've actually sorted out the problem. But the fun is, Iras is very rich in basically everything, even the Beltarian stone. So it's very rich in cash, if you think it that way. And their neighboring systems aren't that good, but we might make something out of it. For now, however, we still need to survey the entire front area here. But I'm more tempted to focus on the north, because we have a lot of systems here that basically crisscross everywhere. So I'm tempted to build, first and foremost, a forwards operation base or frontier outpost in Haneri. It's not a very good thing or anyone, but it's close enough that this one should drag out. And build another one in potentially Marquaz, because that is also close enough to that things should drag out. And that should work out for, at the very least, the beginning here. Now we can build some more things in the future once we get more room. So we're going to do that. Again, the frontier outposts aren't actually that bad. It's just a sacrifice of influence that's a little bit annoying. It's not that bad. We could potentially also build one in Haneri and then try one in Tetel, for instance. And that should give us this entire area. So that should be good. Currently our fleet is attacking some mining drones. Another set of mining drones, I might add. So for now, just ignore all the hostile fleet found and engaged. We do have quite a bit of anomalies still to do, which is a little bit annoying. Marco Polo found some more science ship, the Jaeger. So let's just survey this. I'm pretty tempted to, in time, we're going to split the fleet in two. I completely forgot about things in the Gaping Maw. Border range plus 10. Yes. Anything else I really need? Nope. Border range. Definitely border range. But anyways, as I was saying, what we need to do here is basically the fleet here, once it's done with what it's doing. Once we've eliminated the ancient mining drones, I sent it to the wrong place with ancient mining drones. That's fine. Eliminate the ancient mining drones, please. And then we're going to eliminate these mining drones, these crystalline entities. Then we're actually going to go after the things in the Gaping Maw, because I'm curious about what they are. Swirling shadows. Immense rag planes of shadow drift across Karanis' 6th phase. They are caused not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged or rather jointed to allow for a small degree of articulation. Science Officer Xiao is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora, fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, their elaborate shadow casting might serve. So we found some interesting things. Fleet, is it done with everything here? Nope. Once it is done with that, we are going to transfer it over. But where did we find that? I just need to wait for I build the ship to be done. We found some more swirling shadows right after, so yeah. We have swirling shadows everywhere. And this might actually be in...
Construction complete.
This is the problem with not having everything under control. You have no idea where things actually pop up. I should actually check next time. But this is the front. There are no ships past the front that actually found anything like that, so one of them must be within my borders. Which makes me kind of sad, actually, because it's a... There we found one. Oh no. You can actually research that anomaly. You can build research stations there and there. And once you've done, just build one there too. That should have most of it covered. Let's see, Aether has been surveyed. Rixim has been surveyed. Char has definitely been surveyed. We're currently surveying Med Karash, okay. Basically now, I think we have everything surveyed and working on the last piece on the western front, which is good. Now, eastern front is probably where... Yeah, we found it in Karanis here. That's the one. And basically we completely forgot to survey three systems at the front, which is kind of embarrassing, actually. But Karanis now is turning into an incredible science system. 12 science total so far, and it's not done yet. So, that seems to be interesting. We'll be moving this one to my cars and just building the outpost right away. Seriously, it would be better to just build it here, but I think that one will do well for our purposes right now. And then we can find a planet further out afterwards. So this should work out just fine. Let's send these guys to deal with the mining drones, and then deal with the crystal entities, then the Gaping Maw. I'll come back to you once we're in handling the Gaping Maw territory. I'll just wait for this tech to finish first. Mummified remains of a pilot have been found. Very sad. If not for the tech he was carrying. But yeah, basically, I am going to just leave you now for a little bit and let the until we get to Gaping Maw. Then I'll come back to you guys. Our tech just was done, and we got the best tech for research, or at least one of them. This one is basically mapped to stars. It gives you an edict, which will give survey speed plus 25%, anomaly discovery chance plus 10%. More anomalies, quicker survey. And also you can then build a research institute, which gives 5 to all the techs. This is one that I got very early in my previous game, which boosted me incredibly much. It will basically double my extra rate here, as you can see. And secondly of all, as I said, Empire modifier, 10% research speed. We're definitely getting that one. It's a very powerful tool, if you will. So we're done here. And our research actually got good enough, so let's just build a research station there. Then we're going to build a bunch of research stations there. And we're also going to build a mining station. So this guy is going to have his work cut out for him. But as you can see, we've got a decent amount of systems from just that one frontier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 systems that came within our reach with just that one thing. So I'm tempted to build one here too in the future. But for that to happen, we need to actually get close to anyone so we can actually rival them. That's currently our biggest problem, finding rivals. So I'll go back to waiting until we find the last ones. So we finally entered the black hole system where the Abyssal host and the Chasmal Horde was. And these are void cloud entities, so I do 10% extra damage. And also because my my fleet commander is starting to get good here, we might do some better due to that. But let's just see if we have any more interesting commanders that we can actually... Cadence Davies is actually good enough to be promoted. And Nadia is starting to get old. But what I'm going to do after we're done here with the Abyssal Maw is... Abyssal Fleet is I'm going to split my fleet into 2. And I'm going to send one part to the south, and I'm going to send the other part to the north. And what I'm basically going to do... We're actually losing ships. Spaceport, build... a cruiser, a destroyer, and a corvette, please. What we're going to do then is just keep them to clear out the systems where we find things in. We're actually losing quite a bit of corvettes here. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. But we're going to have to check out the debris next time. For now, we've cleared out the biggest menace, if you will. And as I said, we'll continue next time. Thank you for watching, and we'll continue next time. We do have a decent amount of land here to build in and to check out. See you next time. Bye.